Hey guys, what's going on here beyond comics, and today I'm going to talk to you about something that didn't happen in Logan. But don't think this is considered as spoilers, but just in case, spoiler alert. I'm sure we all know that Sabretooth didn't make an appearance in this movie, despite having a long history of Wolverine in previous films, that we have to talk about. Victor Creed did not make an appearance or cameo in this movie that have left a lot of people thinking, where is Sabretooth during Logan? I'm sure many of you have heard that writer Scott Frank said that Sabretooth nearly did make an appearance in a sequence somewhere around the middle of the movie. Logan, X-23 and Professor X would go to a gambling town in Oklahoma City. There Logan would speak out Sabretooth to get his help, but for some reason they ended up deciding against the idea. So since that never happened, let me present to you my theory on where Sabretooth was during Logan. In the early 90s, Wolverine had his adamantium ripped from his skeleton by Magneto. Not long from this event, he confronted Sabretooth and killed him. Now you might think that is a pretty standard thing for Wolverine to do, but the comics felt that they needed to explain why a known killer would kill someone. So in the subsequent issue, it was revealed that Logan had a different mutation than what was previously thought. He doesn't just have a generic healing factor, he also has a mutation that de-evolves him into a feral beast. When he was brought onto the Weapon X program, had the adamantium fused to a skeleton, that bonding process basically cancelled out Wolverine's natural mutation to regress him to a more primal state because his body was so busy taking care of that poison laced on his bones. It basically just cancelled out that mutation and was taking care of the adamantium. And it was only made worse in X-Men number 100. Basically, Wolverine was having an adamantium graft his skeleton yet again, but his body rejected it and caused him to devolve at an accelerating rate, and then Wolverine became a full feral beast that looked strikingly similar to Sabretooth in X-Men 1. Sabretooth in the movies is very closely related to Logan, more so than in the comics. They are half-brothers with very similar mutations. So if we were to speculate and say that Wolverine in this movie universe has this regressive mutation, then we could also confidently say that it's possible that Sabretooth would also have it. But for Wolverine this would never be a problem because it was infused with adamantium and it was never taken out. But for Sabretooth he never went through that transformation, so the mutation would transform him slowly into a feral beast. This is why he went from looking like this in Wolverine Origins to this in the first X-Men movie. So I don't know if this is counted as canon because the X-Men universe is very complicated, as I can show you on the screen right now. Now basically, there was a comic called X United or X2 or etc. after the first film and before the second. It was first to explain what happened between the two movies and explain where Sabretooth was. So after the events in the first X-Men movie where Sabretooth was blasted off the Statue of Liberty by Cyclops, he began to stalk Logan all the way to Canada, where the two of them then fought, and basically after a while they said, let's go and have a drink. While they were talking, it was revealed that same much as Logan, Sabretooth had no recollection of his past and was only working with Magneto because he said he would help him recover his memories. Then, Hydra attacks. Yes, this is me questioning if this was considered canon. They were both kidnapped by Hydra and then to be taken to the Weapon X facility, where they would have all sorts of experiments performed on them. Near the end of the comic, Sabretooth sacrificed himself to save Logan by basically throwing him out of a plane, as you do. But honestly, it was a nice ending to their relationship, even though we didn't know their relationship existed because Wolverine Origins hadn't been released yet. So when Sabretooth was brought back to the Weapon X facility, scientists started experimenting on him and trying to find a way to bond adamantium to his body, but unfortunately no. His body rejected it, which sounds like an interesting parallel to another story actually. As X-Men Origins wasn't released at this time, they tackled the idea that Sabretooth would never survive the experiment. Sabretooth was presumed shot off screen and died because he had a weaker healing factor than Logan, and the failed adamantium bonding would have been a massive trauma for his body. It is presumable that Sabretooth died even before the second movie. Anyway, that's it guys. I would love to hear your opinion. Where is Sabretooth? Do you think my theory is possible? Is he still alive? Leave your suggestions in the comments and see you in the next one.